long time. And then I saw something.
Sci-fi fans, you don't need Netflix subscriptions or rental fees today.
Everybody back!
These 10 free streaming sci-fi films are atmospheric, weird, mind-melting, and genuinely brilliant. And yes, a few of them are cult masterpieces hiding in plain sight. Here's where to watch them right now. Number 10, Pandorum, Tubi.
I said stand down, Corporal! I remember.
Space horror usually falls into two camps, sleek and philosophical, or bloody and feral. Pandorum said, why not both? And dove straight into madness. Set aboard a drifting interstellar arc, the film opens not with aliens, but amnesia, claustrophobia, and a creeping suspicion that something has gone very, very wrong in the dark. Ben Foster wakes alone in a steel coffin of a ship, surrounded by groaning metal and flickering emergency lights. And the question becomes immediate. Is the threat outside or inside his own mind? What follows is a descent into paranoia, cannibalistic nightmares, and a mystery that mutates as quickly as the characters trapped in the hull. It's grim, industrial, and soaked in dread. The kind of sci-fi horror built for fans of Event Horizon and Alien, where the most terrifying enemy might be the human psyche unraveling in deep space. Number 9, Vivarium, Tubi.
What are you supposed to do? Should we just sit here and we wait to die?
Some sci-fi scares you with aliens, some with apocalypse. Vivarium traps you in something much quieter and much more unsettling. Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots play a couple who think they're house hunting, only to end up stuck in a suburban labyrinth where every house is identical, every street loops forever, and escape becomes a psychological maze. Meals appear in boxes, the sky never changes, and then comes the baby. Delivered in a cardboard box with instructions to raise it if they ever want to leave. What follows is a claustrophobic descent into domestic horror, a warped, eerie riff on the nightmare version of Settling Down. Minimalist, hypnotic, and deeply uncomfortable by design, it explores the trap of routine, expectation, and identity until both the characters and the viewer start questioning reality. Number 8, The Blackout, Tubi.
Everything outside of this circle is in complete darkness as of now.
The Blackout takes the classic end-of-the-world setup and twists it into something stranger, bigger, and surprisingly ambitious. Instead of meteors or zombies, humanity wakes up to find almost the entire planet suddenly silent, every city dark, every person gone, except for one mysterious zone across Eastern Europe where life still exists. Soldiers, scientists, and everyday survivors scramble to understand what happened, only to discover the threat isn't gone, it's coming. What starts as military sci-fi slowly morphs into cosmic horror, alien mythology, and psychological warfare, with eerie moments where the enemy looks just like us. This one blends gritty action with big, existential ideas about control, survival, and what makes humanity dangerous. It's bold, weird, flawed, and fascinating. Exactly the kind of unconventional sci-fi gem you watch and immediately wonder why nobody told you about sooner. Number 7, Color Out of Space, Tubi.
It's in the static, it's in the moisture, it's in here, it's out there.
Some sci-fi stories warn us about aliens we can fight. This one warns us about something we can't even understand. When a glowing meteor crashes onto a quiet family farm, everything seems harmless at first, until the land itself starts to warp, plants twist into impossible shapes, animals mutate, time slips, and the Gardner family begins to lose themselves in ways far more terrifying than any monster attack. Nicolas Cage delivers one of his wildest, most captivating performances as a father trying to hold on to sanity, while reality around him melts into neon cosmic madness. This isn't jump scare horror, it's pure Lovecraft dread, where the terror isn't what the creature does, but what it changes you into. Beautiful, disturbing, and unforgettable, it turns the familiar into the alien one color at a time. Number 6, Under the Skin, Tubi. Some sci-fi films explain everything. Under the Skin does the opposite, and that's what makes it terrifying. Scarlett Johansson plays something wearing a human body like clothing, roaming rain-slick Scottish streets in a white van, luring men not with violence, but curiosity. Her world is cold, detached, and alien, yet hauntingly familiar. And the horror isn't in what she does, but in what she doesn't feel, until slowly, unsettlingly, she begins to. Instead of laser battles or giant spaceships, this is cosmic dread stripped down to silence, shadow, and skin. A study in what makes us human by following something that isn't. Hypnotic, predatory, and quietly heartbreaking, it's the kind of sci-fi that crawls under your nerves and stays there, asking uncomfortable questions long after the credits fade. Number 5. Aniara, Tubi. A spaceship drifts off course. No engines, no rescue, no turning back. That's the premise and the nightmare of Aniara, where humanity escapes a ruined Earth only to discover the one thing more terrifying than destruction: endless survival with no purpose. At first, passengers cling to routine and luxury. Then, routine rots into despair, faith mutates into cults, and technology becomes a fragile crutch for souls who can't face the void. This film isn't about aliens or battles. It's about the quiet collapse of the human spirit when hope runs out and the stars keep shining anyway. Hypnotic, heavy, and unforgettable, Aniara asks a brutal question. What happens when humanity has nothing left to run toward, only space to fall through forever? Number 4. Archive, Tubi.
We're outside under any circumstances.
You don't want to be trapped in a box, dead. Just gone.
Archive looks sleek and futuristic on the surface, but at its core, it's a grief story disguised as a robot thriller. Theo James plays a scientist living in remote isolation, quietly breaking every ethical line in pursuit of one impossible goal: to bring his wife back. Each prototype he builds becomes more human, more emotional, and more aware that it's not her. What begins as hopeful innovation slowly fractures into paranoia, jealousy, and obsession as his creation develops a soul and fears losing it. The tension here isn't about machines rising up. It's about love refusing to die, even when it should, with a final twist that reframes everything that came before. Archive hits that rare zone where sci-fi meets heartbreak and lingers long after the credits. Number 3. Snowpiercer, Pluto TV. Snowpiercer doesn't just imagine the end of the world, it builds a whole new one, collapsing in real time. Humanity reduced to a single metal vein cutting through endless ice, packed into a train where every door forward feels like a moral test. As each car opens, the truth hits harder. Comfort for a few always costs someone else everything. What begins as survival turns into accountability, justice, and the awful weight of what people become when they're pushed to the bottom long enough. Chris Evans sheds the hero image here. Tired eyes, fractured hope, and the kind of leader who didn't ask to lead at all. Brutal, brilliant, and weirdly human. This is a sci-fi masterpiece that doesn't lecture. It warns and whispers back. Number 2. Coherence, Tubi.
I don't want to be stuck here.
Some movies build worlds. Coherence breaks yours apart and quietly hands you the pieces. A dinner party, a passing comet, a single power outage. And suddenly, reality starts bending. Not with explosions or CGI, but with whispers, doubts, and the creeping fear that the person you trust most might not be your version of them at all. This film feels like eavesdropping on panic. Actors improvising as their world fractures, every choice splitting into another outcome. Another version of themselves, just outside the door. No costumes, no spaceships, no monologues about physics. Just the terrifying idea that infinite versions of your life exist, and some might want yours more than you want it yourself. It's intimate, unsettling, brilliant. A low-budget mind twist that proves the scariest multiverse isn't in the stars. It's right across the street. Number 1. Source Code, Tubi.
What's going on? He's in trouble. Tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Most time loop thrillers trap you in repetition. Source Code traps you in purpose. Jake Gyllenhaal wakes up on a commuter train, confused, disoriented, and in someone else's life. And 8 minutes later, everything ends in fire. Then it happens again and again, and every reset tightens the knot. Is he chasing a bomber, rewriting fate, or trying to remember who he even is? What makes this film hit isn't just the puzzle, it's the heart. Beneath the ticking clock and sci-fi mechanics is a man wrestling with identity, sacrifice, and the aching need to change a moment that already happened. It's tight, relentless, and quietly emotional. A thriller that believes in second chances, even when reality doesn't. Sometimes saving the world starts with saving one person, and that's our list. 10 free sci-fi films that twist reality.
So you live alone?
Yes.
You think I'm pretty?
I got gorgeous.
Bend time, and prove you don't need a subscription to watch something brilliant. If you found your next watch here, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. It really helps the channel grow. Got another free sci-fi gem we missed?
There are 160 million of them.
People?
Drop it in the comments, and we might feature it next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.